Father Joseph Intig, Principal of San Isidro Parish School, Talamban, Cebu City. For our reflection, let us take the Gospel of Luke, chapter 21, to verses 5 to 19. Please allow me to read the Gospel. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." Then they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first, but it will not immediately be the end." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. Before the end happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prisons, and they will have you led before kings and governors because of my name. It will lead to your giving testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand, for I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist or to refute. You will even be handed over by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will be destroyed. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives." The Gospel of the Lord. For our reflection, taking the Gospel which I have read to you, let's go back first to the Old Testament during the time of the exile and the return of the Jews from their exile. And let's also talk about what Prophet Malachi said about the anguish of the Jewish people. This is what happened. The situation of the Jews, as I have said, let's go first to the Old Testament. After the return of the Jews from their exile, because they have been exiled, there was joy, great joy on their part. Very enthusiastic among themselves because of their excitement to go back to their home. And then, with all this joy, enthusiasm, and excitement, naa sa ilang hunahuna, naa sa ilang kaugalingon that they have to rebuild their temple. It's because we know nga ang mga Hudyo, ang templo is very important para nila. That's the center of their faith. Because they believe that their God, Yahweh, resides and can be experienced in the temple. Mao to, nga pagbalik nila, mauna ang ilang hunahuna. They have to rebuild their temple. And then, this enthusiasm, this excitement, this joy of the Jews coming from their exile did not last long. Wa nila ni matawag na to masustain. Nga naman, how can they build and rebuild their temple when in fact they were extremely poor at this time? And then they have to start from the scratch, extremely poor. So they have no resources to rebuild their temple. And then, how can they live when their fields had been abandoned for years? And then, not just that of that situation, plus also the threat of their enemies. We know that they were also surrounded by their enemies. So, the excitement, the joy, the enthusiasm did not last long. And then, napagyud sila yung problema. It's because during this time, their leaders were living a life of immorality. Sa ato pa, because of that situation, daghan kayo o mga matawag na to, ilang mga pangulo, mga dato, and then ang mga pobre, they were oppressed by their leaders. And then, because of that situation, the Jewish people at this time started to question the presence, the promise made by Yahweh to them. So, because of that situation, mauni nga there are many questions nga nanggawas sa ilang tagsa-tagsa kakaugalingon. Ug unya sila nakaingon na sad, has Yahweh abandoned us once again? Why does He allow things to go the way they do? Has He forgotten His promises to us? These are the questions coming out of their frustrations, out of the worst situations. Nagkapainumdum ni Nako, one of the officials sa gobyerno, we know very much what happened now sa Leyte. Usa ka-opisyal, pagkakita niya sa devastation, sa destruction of lives, nakaingon siya, asa raman ang Ginoo? Nakaingon siya, gibiyaan ba di ay sila sa Ginoo? Mauni ang nasulti sa usa ka-opisyal sa gobyerno. Apan nindot kaayo ang gisulti ni Prophet Malakay out of the anguish of the Jews during this time. Miingon siya in his prophecy, the day of Yahweh will come. That's his prophecy. And then Malakay said, during this time, the wickedness will never sprout again. That's the prophecy of Prophet Malakay. That's what he said to the people who were in anguish, who suffered much, who were prostrated. And then, mingon siya, the day of Yahweh will come. And just always remember, Prophet Malakay said, the wickedness will never sprout again. And then, Prophet Malakay said to the people, and this is what he said, let us keep our trust in Yahweh. Let us not be disappointed. God will fulfill His promises. These words are also words for our reflection in the midst of the tragedies that we are facing right now. God will fulfill His promises. So, my dear friends, let us try to reflect on this. And then, let us stop for a while and let's have our commercial and break and wait for the next episode of our reflection.